Today is 5 weeks until I start the PCT, and I'm not really excited anymore. And that's the point of this video today. I just want to give you a quick update about how I'm feeling and how fucking anxious I am for my hike. So here's what happened. I was on 2 shakedown hikes, each of them were 4 days long, and they were nothing hard. They were really just shakedown hikes. I mean, they were in the Alps, so very steep, a lot of elevation change, but nothing unusual to me because I always hike, and in the winter I go ski touring and I climb a lot, and I have been recently climbing a lot, so it's been not like I haven't done anything. But after these shakedown hikes, everything from my knee down was hurting me so much that I couldn't really move properly the few days after that. And I have never had that in my whole life, basically. So my shins were hurting, my calves were hurting, and the bottom of my foot was also hurting, so the plantar fascia. And I was really worried that now I got some injuries before I even started the trail. I started seeing a physical therapist, and she gave me a massage, and she told me that my calves are incredibly tight. And well, it got better from the massage, but on the second shakedown hike, it was back immediately, and I just felt exactly as bad as before. And of course, I got frustrated, and I thought, hey, what's going on? And these were not the only things that happened. I also got sick a lot in the last few months, and I felt a lot of anxiety in my body, like pain in my chest and like sleep issues, and all of these things that you have when you're really stressed. And you are probably watching this and like, oh, it makes perfectly sense, but for me it was like, what's going on? I lost my appetite, I wasn't able to eat anymore. Of course, that came hand in hand with like some other digestive issues. I don't want to go too deep into that, but there was a lot of things just piling up, like more problems over problems, and I felt like I just couldn't manage it anymore. And I was so confused because I've done other hikes, but I have never felt that way. Like, I was a bit anxious and sometimes like, oh, I hope everything goes well. Or sometimes I had very different expectations also, probably that plays a big role. But I've never felt this bad. So I was so frustrated. At some point I thought, oh, maybe I just shouldn't do it. Maybe it's just not for me. Maybe it's too much. Like maybe I'm not made for this. Like I doubted the whole thing that I had planned for so long. I made a Reddit post today about this and how I explained how I felt, and I asked if other people had the same and how they dealt with it. And a lot of people answered telling me they felt exactly the same way and that it's completely normal. It helped me so much to see that other people went through the exact same thing and that it's completely normal. Because I thought I'm a total freak and I'm too weak to do this. And that's probably not the case. And deep down, I kind of knew that it's connected to the hike. But a part of me didn't want to believe that it's only that. Like, I thought there must be some kind of physical thing as well. Like, it cannot just be the hike. But people told me they went into the hike with overuse injuries and they literally went away the first week on trail. That doesn't mean that that's going to work for everyone. But I had a similar experience before the GI11. I had knee pain and I saw a physical therapist. I had MRIs done and they told me I had a bone marrow edema in my knee and that I should not go on a hike. Well, I went on the hike and I had no pain after the third day. That doesn't mean that you should just go on a hike now when you have some problems with your body. But yeah, that's just the experience that I had once and other people described. And so I came to the conclusion that basically my problem is that I had way too high expectations for my hike. I've been planning this for so long. I have been saving up for so long. I have been doing so much research all the time. And what you see on Instagram, what you see on YouTube, that's probably not what your hike is going to be like. All these nice PCT videos where everything's beautiful, nothing is boring. That's not what it's going to be like. And that's not what my other hikes have been like. When I was on the GR11, I was really sick for a long time. I was sick for the whole half of the trail. And I had days where I was just wishing I was not there. But still, it was a great experience. Some days maybe not. But but I haven't watched people's videos about the GA11 where everything was beautiful and fine. I went into this hike because I found it and I was like, oh, I want to do that. The Slovenian mountain trail, when I did the first time, I went into the hike with the intention of only hiking 2 weeks and then going home. I was like, I didn't prepare. I just decided I will go for this hike, and then it was so nice that I finished the whole thing, and I was like, wow, I never thought I could do that. But I didn't have these high expectations, right? And I realized that I basically ruined my time now because I was so stressed. I wanted to do everything to be prepared the best possible way for this whole thing that I'm sacrificing so many things for. My master's thesis is not done, and I've been illustrating a book that is not done. So there's a lot of reasons that could make me stay, but I've decided to commit to this goal. But I kept questioning because, oh, what if you did all of these other things now and do the hike later? But every year I told myself you can do the hike later. And there can always be something that will not make it possible. Like I can tear my ACL next year when I'm skiing, and then again I will not be able to go. But now everything's basically set. I got the permit, I got the flights. I should just go and not worry about it, but I'm worrying all the time. And that led to me being really frustrated with all of the ways how it presented physically in my body. So anyway, I did realize that I had way too high expectations for my hike. I'm kind of happy I reached that point not directly before the hike, but I have a little bit of spare time so I can relax and think about what I'm looking for in this hike and, like get my expectations straight and, just work on that now. But for the last few weeks, I have felt so lost because I thought that no one really understands me. Like when I talk to other people that are not into the whole through hiking thing, sometimes I think that they don't understand what it means to me and how much I'm actually thinking about this thing. Like there's no day I'm not thinking about through hiking since I started doing it. Yeah, so how am I dealing with that now? And what I'm going to do is that, so I started seeing a physical therapist. She massaged my calves and she said, well, that's really tight. You should stop the thing that gives you pain, which is hiking and cycling, because I was really cycling a lot. The real pain came after hiking. But still, now I'm resting for 2 weeks. It's not really a problem in my preparation because I'm generally active. Like I've worked out the whole winter. I do skiing, climbing, hiking, cycling, swimming, a lot of things. So I'm not doing these right now. I'm going to the gym, but I do body weight exercise or like with resistance bands, just like low impact, just to like get the blood flow and make the muscles understand that they are still needed. And then I do a bit of yoga, and what I also do is just some kind of meditation. There's something that is called progressive muscle relaxation. It's a kind of meditation technique where you flex your muscles and then you let go and you kind of feel and scan your body and see how it feels when you let go of the tension. And it's super relaxing. It helps to calm your nervous system, and that's exactly what I'm struggling with. And then after my calves have healed properly, hopefully I will start hiking again and, but just take it easily because I've been hiking every year and I've been very active. I'm not going to lose a lot of my strength and stamina now in these 2 weeks. I guess that's already what I wanted to share, because I thought a lot of people that watched my gear video, they commented, oh, you must be so excited. And I read the comments and I was like, actually, yeah, I'm kind of excited, but also currently the fear is bigger than the excitement. And I felt kind of weird having people not know what is actually going on. And also, I didn't share it on Instagram. I didn't share with anyone how I felt other than my best friends and my family. But I thought that I want to keep it transparent for people that might struggle with the exact same thing. For me, it has helped so much to see that other people feel the same way. So I hope that someone who sees that might also feel seen and yeah, can have some more hope and work on that before going on their hike. So yeah, what also really helps me is seeing the trail not as the whole trail, but like breaking it down into, well, one day at a time, or maybe the first section, the first resupply. I'm starting at the Canadian border and I have friends close to Stehekin and I will visit them. So I'm just currently look at this section and be like, you make it through the section, then you visit your friends, and then, well, you either go back to the trail or if you feel bad, then you go home. I mean, I'm hoping that that's not going to happen, but I want to take out all of this expectation that I had that I'm going to make it all the way to Mexico, because maybe I'm not going to do that, and maybe I'm not going to want to do that, because it's possible that after 2 months I'm like, well, I have enough, I can go home. Or, like, I don't know that yet. And I feel like deep down I really wanted to make everything. I wanted to like hike the whole thing and set that as my expectations 10 years ago when I first heard about this hike. But a lot of things have changed and I have changed, and that's maybe not what suits me anymore at this point. But it could be that it still does. It's just that I cannot know until I actually do it. And maybe everything is going to be fine, but right now I've just been stressing so much about it that I basically ruined everything else for me. Yeah, I'm still excited for my hike, but I'm also very scared. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I hope to see you on trail. Yeah, that's what I had to say.